very interesting story about Kitex now, because I think normally I make a lot of speeches, but I think for my friends, journalist friends here, I think I'll have to kind of spice this up a bit, so that you actually get a taste of how this entire thing has happened. One Monday, I don't recall the date, but one Monday, I'm used to reading newspapers for almost an hour and a half every day, including all business publications, because I'm the Minister for Industry and Commerce and IT as well. So I need to be, aware of what goes on. So I pretty much read almost 13 to 14 publications, and besides my Twitter and WhatsApp, so of course, family complains that I spend way too much time on that, but nevertheless, that happens. That's my job. So one Monday, when I'm reading a newspaper, I see a news report which said that Kitex Group has decided to exit Kerala, and they are taking their investment proposal of 3,500 crores somewhere else. They did not say where, it just said they are moving out of Kerala. So I just immediately clicked a picture, sent it to my dear friend, my Principal Secretary Jayesh Ranjan. I said, Jayesh bhai, ek kaam karo. Please reach out to Mr. Sabu Jacob, because I want to talk to him. So this was on a Monday. So I'm giving you a chronology so that you understand it. Somehow Jayesh, using all his 5, 4, 6 degrees of separation, somehow managed to find out Mr. Jacob's number. So in the evening he texted me saying, sir, I think I have his number. Would you like to send him a text? So I said, fine, I'll send him a text. Then I sent Mr. Jacob a text message saying, sir, I'm K.T. Ramarao. I'm the Minister for Industry, Government of Telangana. I would like to speak to you. He didn't respond. So I figured he's not interested, or maybe he's just not sure whether it is actually the minister or somebody else. Then somehow Jayesh convinced him that it is actually the minister who's trying to reach you. So next afternoon, on Tuesday, we had a conference call. Myself, Jayesh Ranjan and Mr. Jacob. So Mr. Jacob, that was my first conversation with him. So when I was explaining to him all the wonderful things about Telangana, I was basically telling him about the ease of doing business, the mental peace that you would have in Telangana, no harakiri in terms of bureaucracy. The government is easy to deal with, very progressive policies, our textile and apparel policy, and how we are very interested in generating employment, etc., etc. Mr. Jacob was very agitated. He was very agitated because I'm sure he has received already many calls from many governments. So he wasn't too sure that this government really means anything, because everybody is sweet in the first call, second call. So he must have thought even this guy is doing something similar. So as part of the conversation, I told him one thing. I said, listen, sir, because since we are on the phone, since this is all virtual, I want you to come to Hyderabad. I want you to experience Hyderabad. I want you to see, because in my humble opinion, because I talk for a living, I'm a politician, so I talk for a living. That's my job. I told him, seeing is believing, right? So please come down to Hyderabad, sir. We'll be more than happy to showcase Telangana for you, Warangal, Hyderabad, and showcase the various opportunities. So he said, but sir, there is COVID. So for me to fly out of Kochi, I'll have to, so I told him, please come this week. So he says, I'll have to think it over, because, scheduling, flights, etc., etc. So immediately, instantaneously, without thinking, I said, why don't I send you a flight? Why don't I actually send you a special flight so that you can come with your team? So he said, he was taken aback. He was surprised. He said, are you serious? I said, I'm very serious. Then he said, can I announce it to the press? Can I actually tell the press in Kerala that minister from Telangana has offered to fly me in? So I said, please do share it, but with one condition. Please tell them before you are boarding the flight. Because otherwise Kerala government will come and sit right in front of your house and office, and they'll not let you go. So obviously I would want that not to happen. Before you board the flight, please announce it to the press. So that's exactly what he did. So we spoke on a Tuesday. He was here on Friday, or Thursday, I think it was Friday. He was here on Friday morning. He landed at Begumpet by 11 o'clock. As soon as he landed, we met almost for an hour and a half. And then we actually had lunch together. Then he flew out to Warangal, and he saw the location. He came back in the evening, landed in Begumpet again, and came straight to me. He said, sir, when I came in today to Telangana, when I flew in today to Telangana, I did not make up my mind. I did not think that I would actually announce. But today, after seeing your officers, yourself, your state, and the way you have received me, because I believe personally that it's not just about investment, it's about respect, trust. It's more about, the value that I add and the value that I bring to the table and how I am received in a specific state. So I am very impressed. He said, while I may not be able to commit to the entire amount, because of your gesture, because of your government's willingness, today I am going to announce 1,000 crores of investment and 4,000 employment that I will create in Warangal, is what he told me. This was, I think, a month and a half ago. June it was, June. Then subsequently, my team, entire team, my compliments to my entire team, because they have really put in a lot of hard work. Mihir, Shanta, Aishwarya, and all the entire Department of Textiles, in fact, in Warangal, the local collectors, the local administrators, my MLAs, everybody put in a lot of hard work. What they've done is, they've given him the confidence that not only do they talk, but they actually are able to deliver also. In fact, funny thing is, he announced 1,000 crores of investment. And next morning, he went to, Rangareddy district, Chandanvelli and Sitarampur. He liked it so much. He said, Warangal, of course I liked, but I like the second location also. And I would want to invest more here. So it took him a bit of a time, obviously, to go back to his board, to talk to his directors, his family, his entire investors group, I think. And then he called me again 15 days later. He said, now we are ready. But of course, you have to take my proposal, approve it under your group of ministers, issue the government orders, etc. And then we'll formalize and announce. So I'm happy to share with you today what started as a very, very interesting conversation on the phone. Today has translated into 2,400 crores of investment in the state of Telangana in 2 locations. And most important is it is going to create direct employment to 22,000 Telangana locals, and out of which again 85 to 90% would be our women employees in this sector. Equally important is the direct employment is 22,000. The indirect employment they would be creating is almost 18,000. So altogether in these 2 locations, Sitarampur and Warangal,